Alright, guys, welcome to something different. Uh, it's going to be different than anything I've recently put on my channel. It's basically how to deal with stressful situations. When you're stressed out, when you're getting angry, you don't really know what to do. This is going to teach you or help you, not teach you. It's going to be sort of my advice on what to do. What's the best thing to do in those sort of situations? I get this question a lot, not from YouTube, obviously, but from a lot of my friends. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually at university at the moment. So a lot of my friends there, they tend to ask me, how do you deal with stressful situations? What do you do to make sure that you don't let it get to you? And it's a difficult question to ask because everyone's different. Everyone has their own way of dealing with certain things. So this is not gonna solve your problems. It's not gonna guarantee to work. I'm not promising that. This is just what I do, and you can by all means do these things because I found that they worked. So basically, I used to get stressed out a lot. Whether it was studying or work or whatever it was, I used to get really stressed out, to the point where my hair started to fall out, in bits and pieces, because I was that stressed. And, it was then that I really learned the way of dealing with it. Now, there's different types of stress. You can be stressed at home, you can be stressed at school, you can be stressed with your work, you can be stressed with your friends, you can be stressed out with your family. It all comes down to why you're stressed out, and what's caused you to get angry. And what I'm going to be covering, hopefully it depends how I might have to split this video into two parts, we'll see. But what I'm going to cover first is when you get stressed out on your own. So when you're stressed out, something's annoyed you, something's got to you, something's really angered you, and you don't know what to do, and you get really, really agitated about it. The first thing to do, is literally just separate yourself from anyone. As soon as you start feeling yourself getting angry and stressed out, just separate yourself from everyone and anyone. Go on your own. If someone comes to try to just say, listen, for your sake and my sake, please leave me alone, okay? And they'll know not to push it, okay? But you have to be forceful. If you're not forceful, they're going to keep coming, and it's going to annoy you even more. So you have to be forceful. But I'm saying forceful. There's a difference between forceful and yelling. Don't raise your voice, but just say calmly in a calm expression, listen, I'm really annoyed right now. I just need some time to think. Something like that, okay? Then sit on your own. When you're on your own, think. Why, what has stressed you out? Just think about what has stressed you out, okay? Think about that moment. And then think, why has it stressed you? What did the person say? What did you do? What has caused you to get this angry? Now we move on to what you can do. After you've taken a step back, take 5-10 minutes to just sit down and just think about those questions, okay? Now, what can you do to combat that? When you're stressed out, for me, the best thing I found to do was exercise. I love running. I love walking. I'm a very physical person. Yeah, I like those sort of things. Okay? So do that. Exercise is proven to be one of the best methods of stress relief. Okay? So if, even if you don't like running, you don't like gym, you don't like cycling, whatever it might, just go for a walk. Just go for a stroll, just to clear your head. You'll be surprised at how easily it works. Okay? If you find that it really doesn't help, listen to music. Okay? Not music that's going to get you pumped up and excited, because that's the opposite of what you want. You want music that will relax you. Okay? So, calming music, those sorts of things. Although you might not like it, sorry, I just hit the mic. Although you might not like those, that type of music, you'll be surprised at how well it works. Even if it's just some piano music, some violin, orchestra, whatever it is, just something to relax you. Okay? Next thing to do. talk, okay? Once you've done this, once you've calmed down a bit, talk to someone. Talk to your family, okay? Don't talk to your friends, okay? I will come up with this point at the end, okay, when I summarize, okay? But seriously, your friends are the people that you don't want to talk to about your stressful situations, and I'll explain why later. But talk to a family member, okay? Talk to yourself if you want. You know, if you really don't want to have contact with anyone, talk to yourself, okay? Because trust me, those things will work. So when you're stressed out, you're thinking, okay, you've got angry. What can I, why has it angered me? Okay. What has he or she said, or what have I or they done, or I seen, or whatever it might be for me to get angry? Okay. Then think about what has got you angry. Okay. So why and what? Okay. Then you can concentrate on getting rid of that stress. Walking, music, playing music. If you play guitar, play guitar. If you play piano, play piano. Hell, if you play the harmonica, play that. Look at old photos. Anything that brings back like a happy memory or that you enjoy, do that, because that is the best way of relieving stress. Like I said, for me, it's exercise. And I find that is the best. And doctors say it's the most proven way to reduce stress. Okay? So that's when you're stressed out on your own. When you're on your own, it's okay. Now, the next topic is family stress. Okay? There's stress in your family. Okay? It might be parents are getting a divorce, or, there's an argument, or whatever it might be. Okay? Now, my parents divorced when I was very young. Okay? Well, not very young, when I was about 10, 11. And it put a huge impact on my studies, on my life, on my social life. I didn't want to see anyone. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I didn't want to go to school. I didn't want to do anything. Okay? And that's probably the biggest mistake you can make. Okay? Secluding yourself when you're stressed out makes it worse. You form this barrier. You form this, this wall around you, telling people, I don't want to contact with you. I want to be left alone. And then all that's going to do is make you deal with a stressful situation on your own, which, as I've said, is the worst thing you can do. Okay? So if there's a problem within your family, speak to another family member. Okay? Speak to your brother, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, your cousin, your nephew, whoever they might be. Regardless of how close you are, family is different. Okay? When you're in a family, they will not judge you, because they will always have your best interests at heart. Okay? Your family are the only people that when they tell you something, they truly mean it, and they will truly go out of their way to help you. Okay? If for some reason you can't speak to your family, you don't get on with them, you moved out, you had an argument with them, whatever it might be, talk to a counsellor. Talk to, if you're at school, they will have a service for you to speak to people like that. Okay? If you're at work, speak to your, boss, saying, I'm going through a bit of a stressful time at the moment. Who can I see about it? He'll direct you. Okay? Whatever it might be, just speak to someone who understands about confidentiality. That's the key thing. The key thing there is confidentiality. Because when you tell them, you want them to keep it confidential between you and them. The second you speak to someone who doesn't have that confidentiality, the whole place is going to know your business, which isn't what you want. Okay? So that's what you should do. You should speak to someone who understands about confidentiality. Same thing I said before. Don't tell friends. Okay? Don't tell your friends at school, your friends at work, your friends at the pub, your friends at at football, your friends at the golf course, wherever it might be. Telling them is going to result in things coming out a lot worse for you. And I'll explain why. Okay? Now, the next part is stress at schoolwork. Okay? When you're stressed out at school. Okay, so yeah, stressed out at school. Now, this was where I essentially lost it, because of my schoolwork. It came to a point where my schoolwork was piling and piling and piling and piling. I had so much work to do, so much work. Okay? And none of my family could really comprehend how much work I was doing. So it was just left to me. And I kept it inside. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't tell anyone in my family. I didn't tell anyone about it, and I kept it all to myself. And it ate at me and ate at me and ate at me. And then I started losing my hair. I started getting angry. I didn't want to spend time with people. I didn't want to speak to my family about it because I was so ashamed. It gets to a point where if you don't sort it out, you will lose everything you have. And I mean that seriously. Because if you let stress get to you, if you let it control you, it will dictate everything you do in your life. You'll learn that the best way to deal with something is to keep it bottled up, which is nonsense. That's the worst decision you can make. So if it comes to too much schoolwork, what can you do? You can't get, you've got so much work on at the moment, and it's getting close to your deadlines. You don't know what to do. Okay, the best thing you can do, okay, is keep calm and remember, okay, that what you're doing is just work. That's all it is. It's studying. Okay, it's not developing a drug that will cure cancer, a drug that will cure HIV. No. All it is work. All you're getting stressed about is essentially paper and ink. That's it. So think to yourself, what can I do? Speak to your teachers. Speak to your mum, your dad, your brother, your sister. Like I said before, speak to your family. Tell them I've got a lot of work on. I don't know what to do. I'm really stressed out. I'm worried about my exams. This. Then they will tell you, listen, calm down. We'll get you a tutor. We'll help you out. We'll get you books. We'll get you this. But the main thing for you to understand is you can't use it as an excuse. Okay? You can't say I'm really stressed out, this, to get them to feel sorry for you. Okay? That's the opposite of what you want to do. Okay, studying is just studying. Studying is simple if you put your mind to it. There are things that people find hard and difficult, and there are people that can't study. It's proven. They are not built for academics, which is fair enough. Okay, but don't give up easily because it's the easiest thing to do. Once you convince yourself you can't do it because you don't want to, not because you actually can't, but because you don't want to, then your whole life's going to be in ruins. That's what I did. And I spent 1 year regretting it. And luckily I'm back on track now. Okay? And what I'll do now for this video, I'm like I said, I'm in the process. I'm making a Facebook group. I am going to make a Twitter as well. So if you want any help whatsoever, with schoolwork, with work at university, anything, you put it on the Facebook, okay? And I will do my utmost to research about it, find a website, find some help for you guys, find some advice, whatever it might be. And if I can, I'll try and answer it myself, okay? And hopefully, once this channel grows and grows and grows, there'll be more people on the Facebook who'll be able to help you, okay? But the key point here, guys, that I want you to understand is never, ever, ever, ever think that you have to deal with a stressful situation on your own, because it will get you nowhere. You will take not 1 step forward, 2 steps back. You will be taking 5 steps backwards, which isn't what you want. You want to keep moving forward with your life. You want to do what you want. If you want something in life, whether you want to be a sportsman, whether you want to be a YouTuber, whether you want to be a doctor, a dentist, a bin man, a music producer, whatever, a teacher, whatever you want to do, you can do it. And I know a lot of people say that all the time. People always say, if you want to do something, you can do it. And you think to yourself, they just say that, but they really can't. You can, okay? You can. It would take time, and it will be hard. It's not easy. Getting what you want in life is never easy. Because if it was, then everyone would be what they want. There'd be doctors everywhere, dentists everywhere, YouTubers everywhere, most business, millionaires everywhere. It's not easy. It's hard. It's tough. But if you really, really, really want it, and you really push yourself to do it, you can do it. But don't get stressed out about it. If things aren't going your way, if you're not getting as many subscribers, if you're not getting as higher grades, if you're not getting the pay that you want, think about why not. Say to yourself, why am I not getting subscribers? Is it still early days, or have you been doing this for 2 or 3 years and still got nothing? You know, think of, if it's early, then there's no worry. If you're only 1 month, 2 months in, you can't expect to get hundreds of thousands of people following you. It's just impossible. If you're getting bad grades and you think you're doing well, speak to your teachers, speak to your lecturers, speak to whoever it might, speak to your family. Say, listen, I'm doing really well, I'm studying really hard, but for some reason I just can't get it. I just can't. And they will know what to help you with. They will advise you to go see people at school, to go tell them, to go sort them out. This is going to overrun over the gameplay. Yeah, it's going to overrun. But anyway, alright guys, I'm going to end that part there. I'm going to have another part coming up for you soon, continuing this on. So yeah guys, you take care and I'll see you all soon. Alright, peace.